for October. I know I am. We are in the 21st day, getting closer to Halloween. And so I'm excited about that. So I wanted to make this month a bit special. Um, and um, so, anybody lip read? Does anybody know what I was saying during that time? Thank you guys for putting up with me. Um, anyway, thank you so much for being here with me tonight. Qué bueno verte, todos que están aquí conmigo, and to welcome our beloved guest. And so let's get started since I've already delayed his time, but I really quickly want to say hi to those that I was saying hi to before that didn't hear me. Luisa Blanco, thank you for being here. Jessica and uh, Angel and Alicia, Dr. O, and Alicia, thank you for your assistance tonight and for helping me. And Morea Blanco is here too. Looks like you says TJ has a few people here, so let me get him in here, Luis, and let me get to that. Let me bring him on. Thank you so much. Look who is here with me.
Good evening. How are you?
Good
So
evening.
nice to see you. Sorry, I was doing a little bit of zombie hunting before the show. I
Oh yeah,
apologize. Tools of the trade.
that's okay. Did you get a few?
Well, I got a few. I can't say I killed them because they were already dead. So, what you gonna do, right?
Yeah, but if they're still moving, they're still at it. So
Oh, no, no. There's just bits and pieces. So,
bits
it doesn't
and
matter.
pieces. Okay. Best way to kill a zombie?
The head, of course.
Of course, of course. And look at this Cardinal Sin already starting the evening off with the 49.99 super sticker. And thank you so much for that. And I would like to see what that super sticker is. It looks like we have a blue guy running around a rocket, probably running from the zombies. Cardinal, thank you so much for that. You're awesome. And Cardinal will be with me next week, I believe. I think. If he said yes, I think. So he'll be with me next week on our final episode of October to finish off the Halloween here at T and Telly with Lady Vampira. And who else is here? We have, and Miss Louise Sparrow is here. Always good to see you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I wasn't reading the comments there either. And everybody's yelling at me. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, you guys. Ugh, only Maria, right? Um, and I see, let's see, Geek Strong is here. Hey, Geek Strong, thank you for being here. And 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 PJ, correct me. It's TJ, not PJ.
In the flesh.
In the flesh. And Geek Strong, thank you so much. Uh, and then this month we're smashing that like button. We're smashing it. And yeah, Mr. Muffin's running around. He is in quite the mood, so there's a good chance that he'll probably visit um, and uh, want some attention. But it is so good to have you back with me. It was such an honor and such fun to have you here. The last time you came here, we were talking about one of your other books, but I had to have you back because you have a very awesome book out, and it is perfect for this season. And it is zombies.
Exactly. As a matter of fact, it came out on the 15th, so it's fresh off the press. When I was last with you, I was just barely putting out my first book, and that was a lot of fun, of course. But I learned a lot. Since then, I put out a second novel, and of course, this one that just came out. Um, I always wanted to write something for Halloween because
Nice.
It's one of the things that I enjoy. I thought
Yes.
about vampires. I thought about other monsters, but zombies have always had a soft spot in my heart.
A soft spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have never put soft and zombies into the same sentence. You managed to do it. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, that is excellent, and I think um, our our my backstage person is going to get us some visuals here so we can show everybody. If you haven't seen it, you should, because if you are following TJ, you'll
They've probably
see
seen my book several times, and
the book.
just as a coincidence, I mean, just cause I have one here, so
Out of sheer coincidence.
yeah, no,
That
no, I
is
mean,
awesome. I
it
love the
wasn't
cover.
planned.
Yeah, it wasn't planned at
Um,
all.
no, I have Lean Hansen is a fantastic horror novel artist. She made a
Yeah,
cover for me, which I thought was outstanding.
it
And as
is.
it turns out, she used to live in Florida. So when I told her originally, I'm writing a zombie book and it takes place in the Keys, she kind of flipped out a little bit and got back in touch with me and said, "Can I read the book first?" And I'm, of course. So I sent it over to her. She really enjoyed it, and she was expecting what everybody expects with zombies, dark and
Mm-hmm.
all of this. And of course, most of it takes place during the day, so it's nice and sunny and everything. Everybody's screaming and dying, but they're enjoying themselves in the sun.
It happens.
Yeah.
Do zombies use SPF, what, 15, 30?
Oh,
Like,
well, they don't burn, so they don't worry about
they
sunburns.
got it.
So
They've
yeah,
already, yeah, yeah. I think, let me see. We have Geekstrong asking, what is your favorite zombie movie and why is it the movie?
bad
That
taste.
is.
It's a very good movie, but it's not my favorite. My favorite is a little bit of a classic. It's called The White Zombie, and it's got Bela Lugosi in it.
Oh, very nice. Yes,
People
I've
didn't
seen
like
that.
it when it came out because they felt the acting was a little bit over the top. And let me put it in perspective. Bela Lugosi's character is called Murder, and
Mm.
he's a zombie master, and he's got a plantation, and all of his employees are zombies. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was great, and Bela Lugosi is fantastic. Of course, he's best known for his Dracula portray, but he is very good. There it is, zombies.
Yes,
That's what happened.
zombies. I love Bela Lugosi, and he, I didn't care so much if there was a little bit of overacting because that's what really kind of sold it. I don't know. I mean, there's some overacting that doesn't do it, but anytime Bela Lugosi did it, it was awesome. And I liked that movie as well. Any Bela Lugosi stuff. I don't know that there was anything he did that I didn't like. So very excellent.
Yeah.
excuse, excuse me. Wow, I'm trying not to sneeze here. Sorry. Okay, I came out
You're
anymore.
probably allergic to zombies at some point.
I think I am. I think we have some zombie issues, and one of my little fur zombies is coming. I knew he was going to do it because he was acting already before the show that he wanted his attention. So, please excuse the fur baby, everybody. So, baby, I can't see. Mama's busy. Can you do this later? Can we do this later, please? Look, say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi's. Okay. You ready to go bye byes? Okay. Ah, you're gonna step on stuff, buddy. Go up there. Go. You good boy. Okay, sorry guys. Whew, he is heavy.
He
So
looks heavy.
he's very heavy. A lot of upper body strength to move him around. And Elisa's been putting down um, your media so that everybody can find you there and where to
Thank
find you because you put out some good stuff. And we always know what's going on with that and to see your other books um, as well. And and hey, SP4H, thank you so much for joining. Good to see you. Thank you so much. And let's see. Oh wow, that is awesome.
As a matter of fact, that was one of the things that I was going to talk about. And that it said, first off, of course, my book came out on Friday. So I really wanted to give the rest of them a push. And then on Sunday, I'm going to be at Orange County Library Systems in the Orlando downtown library, giving participating in a local author event where I'm going to be with a whole bunch of other local authors. Almost everybody, however, writes romance here in Orlando for whatever reason. I mean, very few write adventure. Certainly, very, very few write science fiction. And as far as I know, nobody writes horror. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going to have a very different offer. And fortunately, I also had the writing and self-publishing soup to nuts. So I'm putting this one. I'm taking that one with me to talk with prospective um, writers that are struggling. They haven't published yet.
Mm-hmm.
Getting an agent is incredibly difficult, and self-publishing, although not easy, is not that hard. So if you get somebody to, hold your hand a little bit, you can do really well. So
Yeah.
that's one of the things I'm going to be doing.
And that's awesome that you do that because I think one of the biggest questions people always have is, okay, so I have a great idea. How do I do it? Where do I get started? And I think it's awesome that you do this, whether it's something small to publish or something big. And so it's awesome that you put that together. And guys, you can grab the whole bunch here from him. And how long is your sale going to go on?
Until Halloween, until the
Oh,
31st.
nice. Very awesome. So grab them all before the price goes back up. And even if it does, support them anyway. But now you can grab them all. And you have different forms on how they can do it, like whether it's through their tablets or
It can be ebook, it can be the paperback. And Trip right now, my first novel, that one is also available in audiobook. And I'm thinking about doing another audiobook, which is going to be this guy.
hang on, let me remove this real quick.
There we go.
Nice. Nice
Now,
shadow.
this one is rather particular in the sense that it's the first one that I've written where the main character is a woman. So I was wondering if you'd be interested in doing the audiobook.
I would be totally honored to do the audiobook for that. Wow, that's quite the honor. Thank you for that. And I wonder what Agent PJ has to say. I'm sure he'll give the thumbs up, but I'm sure that he will. But let me get to that. Thank you so much. I think it would be fun to do um, the audio book for that because I've only done little samples for some authors, and they enjoyed it. Um, but to do a whole one, that would be quite the treat. So,
It it's a novella, so it's not that long,
mhm.
and it's according to the beta readers and according to the few people that I've talked to, it's easy to read. It doesn't have a lot of technobabble, which is common in science fiction. So it should work, and your voice is perfect for it. So
Oh, well, thank you. I think it would be, yeah, I think it would be awesome to do that. I like doing voice stuff. And so, yeah, it's awesome. Let me catch up with some of this and see what the chat is saying about that. We have, and PJ is also putting Cardinal Sin stuff down there as well. So we grow together, folks. So if you do have a channel, please let me or PJ know so we can add it to our list of those for our wrenches to put up for you, so that we can share that together. Yeah, the baby's trying to steal the show as always. He quite often doesn't he? So oh, and PJ here with a super chat, $2 for the zombie cover is amazing. It is. As soon as I saw that, I was like, wow, that's artist did an awesome job with that. And you've had some great luck with that, with the covers that the artists are doing for you. They've been amazing.
yeah, they've done a really good job. I mean, the one for Trip, it's a Brazilian artist. Her name is CK, and she did a great job. I mean, I love this one. And
Yeah.
then for this one, the cover artist is a little unknown in the sense that uh, I purchased the image and I did the cover myself
Oh.
because
Oh, wow. You did it yourself. That's awesome.
I do some. Like I said, I bought the image in
Mhm.
Shutterstop,
Yeah.
and then I cropped it to make it adequate. So um, then I picked the colors and so on and so forth. So it's um, it's it's easy, quote unquote, and it's not easy. One of the things that happens to authors a lot is that when you're doing the cover yourself, since you know the book, you want the cover to say
Hmm.
a lot about the book or be a scene in the book that you know it's good. But that's really difficult. That's very, very complicated. So
Yeah.
usually it's best if it's somebody that's not associated with it. You can tell them what you want, how you'd
Hmm.
like it, the color scheme, that kind of thing. For example, with Trip, I told CK, I want some deep space, I want an astronaut, and that kind of stuff. Of course, 90% of the novel takes place on Earth. So it would be, if I was doing the cover, I would have picked something on Earth. But fortunately, she helped me out a lot. And then with Lean, right, that one is the one that I did myself, which came out pretty good. All
Yeah, no, it
modesty
looks
aside.
great. It really does.
And then with Lean, I literally told her, "Listen, it's a zombie novel. If since you're going to read it, just go ahead and you know go nuts." And that's what she came up with. And like I said, I mean, nice and sunny, no
Hmm.
darkness and that kind of jazz.
Wow.
Because it's a little bit along the lines of not the theme. The theme is light and humorous, but it's a little bit along the theme of The Walking Dead. So
Hmm.
things happen during the day and at night, but it's not necessarily a Romero type of zombie ambiance where everything happens in the dark and claustrophobic and all of that kind of jazz. So
That's gonna be pretty interesting because you're right. Most of it does take place at night. But you know what? we have people that walk in the day, we have people that walk in night, so why not zombies, right?
Exactly.
There's a,
And
you know, the same bedtime.
after Blade came out, you have vampires that that walk in the light also. So
Mhm.
this creatures of the night thing is going away. They're proliferating and invading the daylight hours.
Yeah, and you know what? Sometimes that can make it scarier too, because people are like, it's daytime, we have nothing to worry about. But then when you say something in the daytime, they're like, you know what? They can get me anytime. And sometimes daytime can make it just as scary as a nighttime. So that was awesome that you did that. And hello to Time Prophet. Thank you for being here. Good to see
High
you.
time profit.
And you have a few people saying hello to you. And Sleeping Collectibles, howdy. Good to see you. And we have Sophia. There's a whole family here, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. And thanks so much for being here, guys. And let's see. I'm trying to catch up here. I'm a little behind.
Okay.
Catch up.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you can DM him. I'm sure he gets a few offers and he has a few in mind, but I'm sure this won't be the last of the books that you have. And definitely always good to keep your, broaden your horizons. With each artist comes with different styles, and that'll maybe help bring the look that you want for that particular book.
Absolutely. Plus, I'm working on a couple of novels right now. One is pure sci-fi. The other one is a mixture sci-fi horror. So, um, you know, I'm working on that, and I'm going to need covers for those. Plus, I'm also working on another project. A person contacted me and to maybe do a collaboration. So
Oh, nice.
we're thinking about it, or rather, I'm thinking about it. The other person is convinced, but
Well, I am certain that you have several people approaching for that because, I think you're doing well. I know that you're doing very, very well, and it's nice to see that, and it's exciting to see your unboxing when you get the new book and you open it up, and that must be just an amazing feeling to open it up and see your books right there all piled up in this box. And
it's absolutely awesome. In fact, it's odd because one of the things that happened, at least to me, is by the time you're done editing and going through it and so on and so forth and putting it up in the different platforms, at one point you're sick of it. You don't want to read it anymore. And then let me see, this comes along, which is the not for sale proof.
mm-hmm.
So this one literally is the book that they sent to you and say, okay, here's the final book. Check it out. Check it for typos, typesetting,
Mm-hmm.
formatting, the whole 9 yards. But just the fact that have the physical copy on your hands,
Yeah,
woohoo! It's something else.
something else.
Absolutely.
That must be awesome because um I mean I've had I was I did the article for a magazine, and to send it off is one thing, to give it to them and to give them all the information is one thing, and then you're waiting. And then when they say, "Hey, here's the magazine your article is in," and you open it up and see your name and stuff there, you're like,
Exactly.
yeah. So, and that was just a little article, and but to have a book that goes on, that's awesome. And PJ here with the $2 super chat saying that all the covers are fabulous, and he is right. They are. They are all fabulous. And our other loved author,
Adega.
Dr. Here with us. Thank you so much for being here with us. Good to see you. And Adega also has some awesome covers. And he also did his in, I think he brought his to life a little bit. If you guys haven't seen that, you should check it out. Very nice work on that one. And yeah, we've got the link to the zombie cover artist there, Lynn. And she also has Twitter handles. So I think it'd be nice to go and say, hey, nice job on that book.
She's fantastic. She's got some amazing covers, and she's very original in the way she interprets the different monsters and the different situations. So
Mhm.
it's always nice. And she's got a monthly calendar. She
Oh,
sends it
nice.
out with her um, um, monthly letter. So it's always spooky. It's great. This year's Halloween calendar was beautiful.
Oh, wow.
So
I'll have to go check that out because I'm not the artist. I like to enjoy it, seeing others do it. And well, hello there. Good to see you. It's I haven't seen you in a while. Good to have you join us. And
and
thank
the blood on the wall is just like I said. You know, I was chopping up zombies. Some of them tried to escape. They're messy. They're
you're
messy. They
messy.
bleed all over the place.
They do. And yeah, so that's inevitable. It's going to happen. And so I don't want to have to clean that part up. I don't know who has to clean it up. Do you have to clean it?
Uh,
It's just
Pressure washer. It's the
pressure
best thing.
washer. Best
Of
thing?
course.
Okay. I
Yeah.
love pressure washers. And
Um,
yeah, you got a
is
question
that a
here.
question for
Mhm.
me? The zombies book? Oh, well, it's actually called Zombies. That's what happened.
Yes.
And essentially it's an explanation of why his my character's vacation went so off the rails. He was having a great time. He was traveling around in the Florida Keys, minding his own business. It's coming to the end of his vacation. You know, comes up to this last key that he's going to visit, and he finds that everybody is squirrely. They're all hiding. Nobody's coming out at night. There's a general feeling of unease in the key, and of course he asks what happened, and zombies. That's what happened.
Yeah, I can't wait to get the copy so I can take a read because it just sounds really interesting and to add to my collection. And so let me see here. Time Prophet saying, your zombies slow or fast ones?
Very good question. Very good question. They're not 28 days after zombies. They are more Romero-ish, so they are slow zombies because they're not coordinated enough. They tend to fall a lot and that kind of stuff. They still bite people and try to eat your face, but they're slow about it.
You're slow about it. So you have a chance to run. There's a good chance you'll get away.
Uh,
You may
yeah,
not though.
can't give too much away.
Yes, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. And Cardinal saying hello there to a dig there, and your book where the world is saved from the zombies.
By Twitter. Absolutely. That makes perfect sense. I'd read that book.
Go time. Yes. Oh goodness, that's awesome. 1 second, I'm gonna put up. You did some great media pictures for this book, so we had to show them because they're too much fun.
Thanks. Well, I literally live in Florida, so of course I had to go out and dress as a zombie hunter. However, uh, my makeup there was a little bit lacking, but nonetheless, it was a lot of fun, and
Yeah, so fun.
we did take a few shots outside. Um, it was that was a fun shoot.
Yeah, these are awesome. I mean, the setting is just great.
That's one of
Yeah.
the things out here is I live in the Orlando area.
Mm.
So you drive 25 minutes and you're at the beach. You drive 25 minutes the other way, you're in the Everglades. You drive 25 minutes the other way and you're in this kind of jungly ambiance. So
Wow, that's pretty awesome. Colorado, you can't do that. Well, maybe 25 minutes from me would get me in the mountain, but the other direction will get me
in the
nothing.
mountains.
No, no, flatland. Um,
Oh, okay.
lots of you pass lots of cows.
This is true.
um,
Yeah. Um, Prophet, I agree with you to a point, because my zombies tend to stick together. So they would probably tear apart the crocodile unless it was a really big one. Because they don't feel pain. You can take, one of their legs off, and they keep fighting and biting and so on and so forth. So
yeah,
um,
yeah, that zombie versus crocodile. That's oh gosh, please.
actually, I'm going to take note of this because that's going in my next novel.
Zombie versus crocodile. Well, yeah. Oh gosh, now my cat has to play with a bag. I'm sorry, guys. I forgot to remove that. Yeah. Okay. So apologies for the noise. Boy, he does like to steal the show. Okay. So give me one second here. Catch up with that. So what do you have? What do you have planned for this month as far as public events? Because I think you mentioned it before.
Yes, I'm going on Sunday. There's a local author activity over at the library. And then my plan is to do a couple of other things. I've approached a few independent bookstores to do a little bit of book signing and that kind of stuff.
Mm.
And then I'm going to take a little bit of a break from promoting the books in end of November and all of December. I'll start again strong in January and February, and we'll go from there because it depends on how long it takes me to finish the novels and get them edited to put them up. Uh, that's the event. I'm really looking forward to it because, like I said, it's uh, the authors that I've met that are from the area. I've met, I'm going to say, about 100 authors. And the funny part about this is that a good 75, 80 are ladies. They
You
write
really?
romance or cozy mysteries, which in my book are still romances. Very few write anything else. Well, quite a few write erotica, which
Yeah.
shocked my socks off. Because when you see this, silver-haired lady, very sweet, very afternoon tea style, and then okay, so what do you write? Oh, I write romance, and of course.
Of
Oh,
course,
and I
yes.
have this pen name, and I write, uh, you know, uh, uh, erotica. Como what? One of those,
You're
and
like,
then right. And then, oh, yeah, but don't worry, it's light bondage, a lot of leather and latex. And oh, well,
you're like,
of course,
"Bo-
light bondage. Okay.
okay
So
then. No, that's awesome.
that's really
No, it's
interesting.
nice. And I think it's awesome that people can do that under pen names to be able to expand on what they want to really. do, you know,
Yeah,
and doesn't limit them. And I think if I were to write, it would probably, well, actually, I am writing. I just haven't really got not too far with it because still working on it. But it is actually supernatural. So I'm excited about that. I wonder if romance supernatural would work because I think I can squeeze that in. Everybody knows I'm a romantic and I like the supernatural. I think we can combine the two. I think we can combine the two and make it work, right?
absolutely. Besides, crossovers are always the best.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, nothing says love like that.
Exactly. Actually,
Um,
Prophet, you're right on the money. I
yeah.
mean, it all takes place in a small key, so not very many locations that we need. The B&B, there's all kinds of B's and B's here. So yeah, and before the hurricane, the perfect location would have been Sanibel Island. Since the hurricane, they've already opened the access. Fortunately, thankfully, because it's over 6,000 people that live there. Um, so they should be getting back on their feet maybe 6 months. But that would have been the perfect place to film it. It's
Wow.
not a key, but it would have been the perfect place to film it. So
Yeah. Yeah, there are some good locations there. Because I think Florida has a lot of different, like you said, sceneries. You can pretty much make everything work without having to leave Florida to make it happen. So that's a
absolutely. Well, except for snow. That's the only one that would get me.
yeah, you can have our snow. It's gonna snow in 2 days here in Colorado.
Really? Wow.
Hmm. Sunday snow. And time and thanks for all the questions. Time you rock. Do you sometimes write under a different or other name?
Uh, Not so far, and I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to stick with my author name, and we'll see.
Yeah.
Theoretically, it's not good for the brand because if you have horror and you have science fiction, for example, or
Mhm.
if you have fantasy and you have science fiction, then you'll confuse your fans. But it's not a problem for me right now. I don't have that many people, so I don't think
I
it'll be a
think you
problem.
will. I see
Well,
that
I'm
happen.
hoping. But by
Yeah.
the time they're fans of mine, they'll know me and they'll say, "Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a cook that writes these books I like." So
No, I
it
think that
shouldn't be
it's
a problem.
gonna do really, really well. And Alicia over here asking who that author is because she's laughing like she's joking, but I think she's
Well,
serious.
Alicia, uh, let's see. Well,
We'll have to check that out maybe and
okay,
get it to her
all right.
so if you don't remember,
I'll get
unless you
back to
do.
you. I know her name right
Oh,
off the
do you?
bat, but
Okay, yeah, same.
no, I know her romance name. I don't know her erotica
Oh,
name. I
no.
can't remember that one.
Okay.
But I'll look it up and send it over.
And yeah, we'll get it to you. So, let me see. Louise saying, just don't make the vampire
Oh no,
sparkle.
please, no, no,
No,
no,
that is a good killer right there.
no,
Sparkly vampires.
no, no. Besides, they're all pedophiles. I mean, come on. The guy is 500 years old and he falls for a 14-year-old. Get the hell
I
out of
know,
town.
like,
Come on, man.
yikes. They all look like Diamond. Alicia, sparkly vampires just don't work. You can't. No, it just
No,
doesn't work.
no, if you're gonna have a daywalker, it's gotta be one of these, brooding, dark guys, blade like.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yes, yes, she does. And actually, a hero of mine, Isaac Asimov, wrote a few novels by the name of Paul French. And it was a whole series about the main character's name was Lucky Star.
Hmm.
As you can imagine, they were a little bit tongue in cheek and a little bit cowboyish. So that's why he didn't want to put his name on it because he had just finished the serious work, I, Robot, and all of those.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to throw this guy out that was a lot, a lot more fun and a lot younger too. So
Nice. Well, you do have a vampire one in the works, don't you? Let's see. I thought maybe you mentioned that before.
I have a vampire short story that I don't know if I'm gonna uh, publish it or just put it in my webpage because I write a few short stories and just put them there. I
Yeah.
have he's a vampire, but it's a little bit different. He's not driven to bite people and drink their blood. It's more of a vice than a
Mm-hmm.
necessity. So I'm trying to make him morally gray, although I like my villains, you know, dark and black as night.
Yeah,
But
well, why would we want them to be so nice? I mean, then we have nothing to fear. We'd be inviting them into our houses.
and then we'd be up the creek without a paddle. I agree, Prophet. They probably do have bad breath.
I don't know if
Really? Wow, awesome. That's fantastic, man. I do too.
time is on it. Story about a vampire loses.
Well,
That
uh,
would be
well, I don't know
heartbreaking.
how to breach these, but there is a vampire story about a vampire who has no teeth.
Oh, there is.
Oh yeah, um, it's in the erotica section, and that's all I'm saying on the subject.
Okay. Ah, wow. Yeah, that sounds interesting. So it looks like time you're gonna have to you're gonna have some little light reading there. Um, yeah. So let's see. Did I miss something? Oh, one second. Some of my stuff. Oh, and Dr. O. Oh, thank you. All you guys sending the super chats and everything. Like, thank you. Um, but if you get bitten by a zombie and a vampire, that's a good
Depends on the
question.
zombie, because not all zombies um, zombify the victim they bite. Just like not all vampires turn their victims into vampires. It
Mm-hmm.
depends on which lore you're going with. If it's let's see, if it's a Resident Evil type of zombie that's got the T virus and so on and so forth, then it would turn you into, thank you, it would turn you into a zombie. Now, if a vampire bites you, it depends on who bites whom first. It's not a uh, because if the vampire bites you and you're already dead, then the zombie it's not going to do. You know, the vampire it's got nothing to suck because you're already dead.
Yeah.
Technically, you shouldn't have any blood. Again, it depends on which kind of zombie you're looking at. If you're looking at 28 days later, uh, it's going to be a different kind of zombie. Also, if your vampires are like the vampires in 30 Days of Night, then you got some really violent vampires, and those will suck your bone marrow out. So it depends on which variety we're talking about. It's a rich ecosystem out there.
So
There are
you kind of
monsters
hope that
everywhere.
you get bit by a vampire first before the zombie, because then the zombie's like, yeah, you're not tasty anymore because you got
Well,
nothing.
I'd rather be bitten by a vampire and be, old debonair and elegant and speak
Yes.
with an accent and, all
Yes.
of that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Because zombies are, kind of like, Come on, man. I mean, a little conversation.
I
You got to be
know.
sparkly, not your
Yeah.
skin, but your
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, you can't really talk to a zombie, can you? They won't have a conversation with you like a vampire would.
Exactly. Exactly.
Play with your victim a little bit.
There you go. I
Play with
mean,
your food.
the warm bodies guy did come back from the zombie situation, but that was because the girl was so into him that brought him out. So it, like I said, I mean, there's all kinds.
Yeah, there is all kinds. Um, Sorry, I'm trying. My cat moved my light, so I'm trying to move it. And let me see what other kind of cross could we do? We got the werewolves.
Well, they
Okay.
did that one, the
Yeah.
werewolves, and the in Underworld they had the hybrid, which was part werewolf, part vampire,
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
got bitten by both.
Mm-hmm.
The creature, however, was totally different. I mean, he didn't have hair; he was black. It was very different.
And I wonder if you could have a zombie werewolf. That would be creepy.
That would be a bad person, yes,
That would be
because
horrible. Like, yeah, like
yeah,
the werewolf is already strong and the werewolf is already scary, and then you add zombie on top of it, and you got something you can't kill
well,
because the
forget about
werewolf.
the silver bullets; they're not going to work anymore. I mean,
Yeah, the silver bullets are they're duds now. They
yeah,
they got nothing. So, oh my gosh, that would be scary to approach.
that would be
Werewolf zombie.
a very bad crossover.
That's
Absolutely. Yeah.
that is scary. And PJ yelling at me, my lighting is fine. Okay, sorry. I was just, I was having problems with it. Um, what about? Oh yeah, okay. So I think we're on the same
That's the
wavelength
one that,
there.
yep,
Yeah, we're
that's
on the
where you went.
same. It's kind of
Great
scary.
minds.
Yeah, I know. Dr. O and I on the same wavelength there, but wait. A dying man who is bitten by a vampire has tainted blood and can kill a vampire.
That's a good point. That's an excellent point. It depends on your lore. Depends on what kind of vampire it is. There are some vampires that won't care. They just need the blood. There are some vampires that indeed would die from it. If the person, the victim, is still warm but dead, and the vampire goes ahead and feeds, it can also kill them. So we got a large ecosystem. I'm telling you, there's all kinds of monsters out there. You got to be
There
careful, even
are.
as a monster.
I know. Um, and oh God, I had another question about that too. Let me see. Let me go on and see if I can remember what I was going to say. But huh,
That's cool. That's cool. I haven't heard of that one.
that sounds
Um,
interesting.
yeah, I'll have to look that one up. I haven't heard of that one.
Yes, you are. I told you every time he uses caps, he's yelling. When he types me in caps, stop yelling at me. And so yes. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna ask was hoy se me olvidó otra vez. Jeez. Okay, let me go on to the next one. There are real zombies in the world. There are conditions which make a human act like a zombie. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Um, they even have skin like lesions too. Um, well, the only way I've seen that before is a certain drug. It's a drug that makes them act like zombies. That actually they look frightening. So that is kind of scary to see. And I don't know if that's what you're talking about, unless it's something different. But
Well, um, there are some disease, like he just mentioned, that
Mhm.
yes, they would make the person look very zombie-like. Then there's drugs that will induce zombie-like behavior.
Yeah.
Like um, there's this bath salts that will turn people, have them go bananas. And then historically, in theory, the origin of the zombies was in the voodoo religion. The Bokor would be a priest of sorts that has a powder that can turn a person into a zombie. Now, their zombies were not necessarily dead and then a zombie. They
Hmm.
could be turned into a zombie and then die. So essentially, what they were talking about was dosing the person with scopolamine. That is a drug that will take away any kind of conscious control. The person would be obedient, subservient. They wouldn't question anything, and they would act zombie-like. Um, if you wanted for them to go through the being dead part first, you could give them tetrodotoxin or curare, either of which will knock the person out. They would look dead for all intents and purposes, and then you can bring them back as a zombie with the scopolamine. So there's a whole host of drugs that can be used to mimic the situation, mimic the condition.
That's kind of
Um,
crazy.
so
That is wild. Um, wow. Yeah. Hang on a second. Laughing at Dr. Ozzy wants to hear a parody song, Tainted Blood. Tainted Blood. Um, let's see. Here's
yes,
zombies too. Yes.
yes, exactly. Right. And then when they're revived, the brain damage causes them to be uncoordinated and have the general zombie like semblance. They can't speak very well.
Mhm.
So yes, that's one of the ways that you can get um, a zombie. Here we are talking about making zombies. It's not a good thing. Children, don't try this at home.
Don't try it at home. And that's sad. You have to tell them. God.
Well, I've seen all kinds of signs, you know.
Yeah.
Don't poke the bear, right? Because
Ay,
that's such a bright idea.
I know. I mean, yeah, they're just um brain becomes
Yes,
inflamed. Yeah. You know
yes,
what? Thank you, because I kept trying to remember what I was trying to say. Brain. I was going to talk about the brain. So what? So if vampires have a brain still, I mean, I know they're dead, but they have a brain. They're functioning. They're talking. They're walking. Wouldn't the zombies still be interested in the vampires since they technically have a brain?
depends on the vampire.
On
Depends on
the
the
vampire.
zombie. There are some zombies that don't just eat the brain. Those are the eye zombies. They eat the brain and then they get the knowledge from the person that they ate the brain from.
Mm,
Or you have the Romero zombies that they just eat the whole thing. I mean, it's a smorgasbord,
a
just like the
smorgasbord.
Walking Dead zombies. You can also have the Resident Evil zombies. They'll also eat you up and just leave the bones. So it depends on the zombie.
Wow.
Um, there's yeah, that's White Zombie. It's I love it. I love that movie. White Zombie. That's it. Um, So it depends on the zombie, depends on the vampire. We already gone over this, but it's really interesting to have, like for instance, when they had the Abbott and Costello meet the meet Dracula and meet Frankenstein monster and meet the werewolf. It was hilarious because they would always go through all of these things and either go with the myth to extremes or debunk the myth to extremes. So humor
Wow.
usually makes a very very good complement to horror.
Yeah, I think what makes it fun is that I think for a long time we had the tradition of this is a vampire, this is what a vampire does. This is a werewolf, this is what a werewolf does. And it's just recently where they started expanding on the crossovers and also giving them different powers, different things that drive them and stuff, which makes it really exciting. And I think authors are doing that more, where they're giving us more, because I think that's the only way they can keep this sort of story alive, is to be able to give it that twist, and um, to maybe also touch on our fears a bit more, because sometimes people get to a point where like, yeah, read that, it was great, but they want everybody's always driven for more. We're zombies ourselves. We're always on the hunt for the next exciting thing, and it's awesome that we want that, because it makes us more creative, I think. So.
I I agree with you 100%. In fact, there's two maxims that are used a lot in writing. One is the author's dead. Once you've written the book and it's published, it's not yours anymore. It's
Mhm.
it's the reader's. And then you get things such as fan fiction, when people take your ideas. That's the one perfect example. People get your ideas and they start developing side characters or put them in situations that you hadn't thought of as the author, and it makes for a very rich creative environment.
Mhm.
And then there's the other thing: every story's been told before.
Mhm.
So you can tell a story about vampires, and it's one of those, again, or zombies, and it's one of those, again. So you're always looking to make it fresh, make it
Mhm.
different. Um, I was
And that's
rewatching.
why I wanted you to come here to explain how yours are different. So people aren't saying, "Oh, zombie book. Okay, great." And to be able to say why it's different from a normal zombie book. And you've already explained a lot of that by saying that it's in the daytime and you've got them at for, different environment. You have, several things are already showing that it's um, not just a normal zombie book that, you know, I mean, and that must be hard to write, like being able to explain the actions and the mannerisms of a zombie through writing. God, that's got to be difficult. I can barely do things with words.
Let me tell you, that's one of the pleasures of writing, because for me at least, I'm a pantser, so I write. I'm my I am my first reader, so I read my novel first. So when I'm writing, I'm literally looking at a movie in my head, and I'm thinking about what they're doing, how they're getting up, how they're attacking this person, and I have to surprise myself. Oh, you did that! Oh my God, that's a great idea! That kind of thing. So
Yeah.
it goes perfectly with what you were saying, in the sense that sometimes I can see it in my mind, but I have to sit there a minute, think about how to say it, how to surprise the reader. And that's tough, because they got the book in their hands. So uh, it's passive. You got to make them be the active ingredient. So that's a lot of fun. It's one of the pleasures of writing.
Hmm. Yeah, that is fun. It would be. And I think that's where I'm getting stuck, is I'm having a hard time being able to put that into words, what's in here. And um and so that hang on a second, let me catch up here. And PJ with the $2 super chat. Oh,
Oh.
thank you. Yes, my hoodie. And not Little Red Riding Hood either. Thank you for that. For all the super chats. And I've been trying to do new videos for that, but during this month I haven't played them too much because it'll ruin the effect.
By the way, I saw your. There you go. That was me a couple of months back. I was watching your pumpkin carving video. That was great. I loved it.
It's yeah, that was fun. And speaking of, yeah, because chatting with my mom is always fun, and I felt bad at some point where she was like, "Maybe we should stop talking about this because, like, now I'm gonna be scared." It was funny. I was like, "Oh, sorry, mom," but it was fun to be able just to chat with her and do that. And I'm gonna be doing it again tomorrow. So I'll be
Awesome.
yeah, except this one is gonna be live.
Ooh,
And
even
I'm
better.
excited for the pattern that I'm using. So it's going to actually be PJ joining me with the pumpkin carving. And we look at this. We have a
Wow.
PJ pumpkin. Is that not awesome? So, yes, tomorrow. Nice. We're going to have a nice chat about that. We'll do it live this time and enjoy pumpkin carving. That's lots of fun. And I haven't done it in so long, so it was fun. Do you pumpkin carve? Am I going to do that again where I flip my words around? Pumpkin.
Moi?
Yeah.
I've never carved a pumpkin.
No, ¿por qué no?
Nope. Never carved a pumpkin. When I was in the US, when I was in college, I never had the chance. And since I've been in the US, since I came back here, um, haven't had a chance. I mean, it looks like fun, but haven't yet.
You know, it kind of reminds me. I can't say much because I had never had a s'more before, and I had an actor on with me, and I said, "Do you want to join me in this first, having a s'more?" And he did. That would be fun. We're gonna have to do the same with you. Pumpkin carving is to get you to pumpkin carve during this time. It's so fun. It's
I love your
very.
s'more episode. Uh,
Yeah,
doing the s'mores with a candle, loved
yeah.
it. That was a great idea.
That was fun, and they're good. Now I know I like them. So there I was trying to be, ladylike on camera,
Oh
but
no,
the
no,
things are
no, 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 no.
messy. I'm just they're all over the
You can't be ladylike with a s'more. Come on.
no,
I mean,
can't.
Ryan wasn't gentlemanlike with a s'more, but
Yeah,
come
he's like
on,
I
done.
and I'm all trying to be all I'm like, "Wait a minute, this thing's oozing everywhere." But
That's the whole point.
that
Yeah.
was fun. I like getting messy. Messy's fun. Yes, zombie. What is is there a Spanish word for zombie?
Zombie.
Just zombie.
Just zombie.
Okay. Which is it? Yeah, I time. You're always doing stuff.
Life is so difficult for
So
those with
difficult.
music inclinations. They can
Yes,
play
exactly.
and sing.
I know. Look at this. We get another here. It's a super chat. Question for TJ.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. I would. Um, there's a couple that I think that would translate really well. My first novel would be really difficult to make into a movie that because it's not Top Gun,
Mm,
so it would be difficult. But whereas, for instance, the zombie one would make a great movie. It's got a lot of action. There's got a car chases, fire, uh,
wow.
people getting their face eaten off. So that would be great. And
Wow.
then the other one that I think would make a great movie is this one. So,
Yeah.
but I have to wait until I get the audiobook made to be able to judge adequately.
And
Hint, hint.
well, I'll make sure to do it justice for you. I'm still so very honored that you thought of me to do that. So thank you. I think it's going to be a wonderful treat for me to do. And PJ did give his thumbs up on that. So if the agent does thumbs up, then we know it's good to go. So I'm excited about that. Um, so and he's yes, we talked about this. You better be there. He's talking about when did you volunteer to join me in the pumpkin carving for tomorrow? But
Gotta do it, PJ.
you know, you need
Gotta
and then,
represent.
yeah, represent. We're taking it for the team, and he's telling you need to pumpkin carve like pu- pumpkin pumpkin carve.
Next year. They have a pumpkin carving whatchamacallit jiggy at the library, at the Orlando Library, but I missed it this year. So
Oh,
next year I plan to go.
that's good.
It'll be
Do
for all the children in Orlando and me.
and you, and we'll have to watch you doing that too. Gosh, my gosh, I just noticed the time. We just it
Ooh,
just flew
we're over.
by. Yeah, I know. Look at me. Woo! And we just been so it's just been so fun. It's always a blast having you with me. Um, and getting the books out there that I just know that they're just going to do well. So no absolutely no doubt in that area. So um in English by reading it. Yeah, Mr. Gritty accent there.
We can talk. We can talk. With
And
with with one of the ones that's coming out, definitely I need a British person to. Woohoo! There we go. Awesome. With
yeah,
one of the ones I'm writing now, we can talk. The British would make it perfect.
yeah. So yeah, so there you got your own pumpkin right there. There you go.
I've been
And
immortalized in pumpkin.
I know,
I mean,
right?
my life is complete.
I know. And it happened right here on T and Telly with Lady Vampira. You know what, guys? I'm gonna let Mr. TJ go because I was promised never to keep my too long because they have other things to go about. Um, but you know what? I am so glad you guys all came tonight. We had so much fun, and thank you for all of the awesome super chats and super stickers. They mean the world to me. And uh, I can't wait to see what more you have coming our way, TJ, because you definitely keep us on our toes with everything you have out. And
Absolutely.
everybody, make sure that you follow him. He has Facebook. We've put it here in the links: Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. And there's no hiding. There's no hiding from the public. So don't ruin the illusion there, Ty. God. And BJ saying, nice stream. Thank you so much. It is always such
Thank
fun,
you.
such pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Sí, muchas gracias por todo y and for everybody who was here. Para todos que estaban aquí conmigo esta noche. Um, yo espero que that you had a awesome time. And clips, just making sure I'm catching all of them.
Gracias a todos.
Yeah.
Grazie a tutti.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you all for joining us. And go grab those books. They're on sale. You don't have an excuse. You are talking in Spanish. Sí, como no. Sometime PJ and I were supposed to get the Orville in Spanish out, and I'm still hoping we can get to that. So
I knew the Orville at some point would come up. I knew it. I knew it.
I can't go a show without bringing it up, right? Okay, I might as well say what we're gonna do tomorrow, which is why I'm excited to have PJ join me. Is because should I tell him? Should I tell him, PJ? Just say it. Say it. Um, I can have subtitles. Sometimes, but it's a great way to teach y'all Spanish. So, I've actually been to Spain. Yeah, good.
Me too.
Yeah. I can't wait to go. But PJ's gone silent on me for a second, but I was asking him if I should just say, but you know what? Whatever. That will get you there. So tomorrow's pumpkin carving, I'm going to carve out the the Orville symbol on
Of
the.
course you are. That's gonna be neat.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, and good
So
thing
this
he's
guy,
just yeah, that one. I'm gonna do that guy right there. So I mean, how can I not have PJ of Orville Nation join me to do Orville stuff? And I'm thinking because I haven't seen anybody do an Orville pumpkin yet, and if they're out there, I'd love to see them. Um, and so yes, join us tomorrow. I'm gonna catch up on the time, but it's gonna be kind of fun to chat and also carve a pumpkin. And I'm wondering if I could get the stencil out so that other people might join us in that too, so we can make a bunch of Orville pumpkins, huh? And send some pictures. And don't forget, guys, I wanted to do a giveaway on my Nightmare Before Christmas necklace. I've been dying to give that away. Um, so I kind of need to figure out how to do that. But let's do that. And I'm wondering how I can do that. I wonder if I can do it this way. I'm gonna have to ask my agent here, but I wonder if I could say anybody who gets um, TJ's book will be entered into the drawing to win the necklace.
wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
I think we can do it that way. So if you get his book, please let us know so that I can enter you into that. And I didn't bring it with me, but I have it in my videos in my channel where you can see the necklace. It's a Nightmare Before Christmas. It's got Jack on the top, Sally on the bottom, and I know it's not for guys, but if for the guys, they can give it to the ladies or something or whatever. So let me see.
And
Yeah,
besides, you're
see
securing your
there.
masculinity. You don't have a problem.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. Absolutely. Of course. uh, Snorting and carving dangerous. I'll try to
Depends on
keep it
what you
on.
snort.
I'll try to keep it on the DL there. Yeah, not recently anyway. So if anybody has seen one, let us know. Yeah,
Unión
exactly.
Planetaria.
Exactly. So, yes, and look at that. Cardinal Sin. Oh my goodness, you're so awesome. Thank you. 4.99 super chat. Drink and draw.
And draw.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that.
So a
And
sip and carve, as it were.
yes, take a pic of you with your book or ebook on a tablet.
The the paperback, yes. But you can
Paperback.
get the ebook for 99 cents.
Yeah. And I don't think I'm going to be picky on whether it's ebook or whether it's hardcover, soft cover, whatever, as long as you get it. And really want to support TJ. He's got some great stuff going on, and you guys are going to be, the first part of the journey with TJ. And I think that's going to be awesome to join him in that. So thank you so much. And we will let you go for the evening. Thank you so much for being here and joining me again. And I hope you had as much fun as you did last time. So,
I did. It was great. Fantastic. Loved it.
yeah, awesome. Thank you so much. You guys, thank you so much. Be good to each other. and to animals, and we will see you for tomorrow's pumpkin carving here on Tea and Telly. Thanks for joining, and you guys have a great evening. Thanks for making it wonderful, wonderful stream.